Hey guys, how's it going? It's Melanie, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review. Let's get into it. P.S. Sorry if I sound super duper sick. It's probably because I am. So, as I'm sure most of you know, Spider-Man Homecoming came out July 7th, and I went and saw it that day. Something you might find interesting or probably might just want to know before I start my review of it and tell you my personal opinions of the movie, because I might be kind of biased here. But Spider-Man is my all-time favorite superhero, and I've actually loved every single Spider-Man movie that has ever come out, if that tells you anything. But I thought that this movie was extremely great, and just so you guys know, I'm going to do my very best to not spoil anything because I also hate spoilers myself. But with that being said, getting into it, I thought that this movie was absolutely spectacular. I myself am a plot type person more than action, but when it does come to superhero movies, I know action is needed, and I do appreciate the action in superhero movies. With that being said, I did think that the action scenes in the movie were a little bit lackluster. As you guys may or may not know, the main villain, I guess, of the movie was Vulture, and, well, there were multiple different fight scenes with him, but they were all pretty much the exact same kind of fight scene. Spider-Man shoots some webs, Vulture cuts webs, and back and forth. There wasn't as much action as you could hope for in it, which was kind of saddening. Also, shocker, if you do or don't know, that's another villain in the Spider-Man series. He was in this movie, but he didn't get a whole lot of action himself, and he did fight Spider-Man, but it was like more so fighting and hitting objects around Spider-Man and not like an actual fight with Spider-Man, so that was kind of disappointing. Now, you probably also know at least something about the whole Mary Jane situation in this movie and how there's not exactly a Mary Jane in it. I'm not going to spoil anything again, but Mary Jane is kind of in the movie as a person who sometimes refers to themselves as MJ, but in this movie anyway, assuming that there are going to be multiple movies in this particular Spider-Man's series, in this movie, MJ was not the romantic interest like she would normally be. And I found that extremely interesting. The person, or the character of MJ rather, was actually a lot different than most Mary Jane characters, and I liked that a lot. She was extremely sassy and snarky, and she could definitely fight for herself and isn't the kind of woman that needs to be saved by Spider-Man like the others were. Not that I have anything against the others, of course, because I do love all of the Spider-Man movies and all of the Mary Janes and all of that great stuff. But I really liked the Spider-Man movie overall, and I think Tom Holland was probably the best actor to play Spider-Man out of all three actors that there have been. He was the youngest by far, and I think that that extremely adds to the whole him being a high schooler thing, and it really showed the awkwardness absolutely perfectly for how old the actor is and how old the character is supposed to be. And even in Spider-Man's like fighting and all of that, it shows his young awkward side and shows the fact that he is just a teenager and isn't this genius know-it-all superhero, adult, mature type person like all other superheroes that we kind of know. excluding Deadpool because, let's face it, he's not very mature. But I think that in this particular movie, the awkwardness and teen-ishness of Spider-Man, or Peter Parker more so, definitely came out a lot more than in all of the other movies, and I think that that really added to it a lot because it was something I thought that the other ones lacked and I definitely wanted to see more of, so I was extremely happy to see that. Really, I don't have a whole lot more to say other than there were some slight hitches as far as action sequences go, and other than that, everything was absolutely great. I love how they kind of put a fresh twist on the MJ character, and I love that Peter Parker actually seems the most like a teenager that he has ever seemed in any of the other movies and really fits into the character like he's supposed to. But other than that, everything was absolutely perfect about the movie in my opinion. I would go see it so many more times in theaters if I actually had the money to. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait until I can rent it and or buy it on DVD. But for those of you that have not seen it and are wanting to see it and maybe debating if you should or should not see it, I definitely think everybody should go see the movie because it is absolutely spectacular. In fact, so spectacular that people are saying it's the best superhero movie, which I don't know if I do agree on or not, but they're also saying that it's the best Spider-Man movie yet, and I think I have to agree with them on that. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you guys go see the new Spider-Man movie because it was absolutely terrific and deserves to be watched by so many eyes. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!